stop, won't stop.
Getting down to the wire in MLS Next Pro. Tonight starts match week 27. And I go out on tap in the Western Conference. From Starfire Sports Complex, it's Tacoma Defiance and Real Monarchs. Great to be with you. Matt Peterson here. Third meeting of this season. Each team has won once at home. What will tonight's game have in store for us as both teams trying to climb into the playoff places? Tacoma Defiance coming off a 5-2 win against rival Portland. 5 second-half goals benefiting from the Josh Penn red card in the 40th minute. And Real Monarchs beat the town 2-1 its last time out. Here is the table. Two teams have clinched. North Texas and St. Louis in UC. Tacoma in third on 42 points. They can clinch with the win tonight. A lot of work to do for Real Monarchs, but the window is open. 4 points back of the playoff line, trailing Houston Dynamo. They are in action tonight. Monarchs hoping to finish strong and have a surprising trip to the postseason. Here's the lineup for head coach Hervé DSA. It's a 4-2-3-1. Gio Miglietti, the University of Washington product, is up front. Sukanome, Aquino, and Gomez both in fine form. Aquino has 3 goals in his last 3 games. Sebastian Gomez scored twice in the second half to beat Portland last weekend. Kitahara and Brunel hold in midfields. Cosariense, Hawkins, Lopez, and Baker are the back four. And it's a 17-year-old academy goalkeeper, Mohamed Shore, in goal. And for Mark Lowry and Real Monarchs in his 4-4-2 setup, Perusa acquired from TFC mid-season partners Owen Anderson, Gozo, Orozco, Dillon, and Iskandarian in the midfield four. Keller Storley, Eric Holtz, Zachary Farnsworth, and Derek Silva, 3 first-team players across the back line for Mark Lowry. And Fernando Delgado is the goalkeeper. Now, the last meeting between these sides, a 2-1 win for Real Monarchs at home. When they last met here in June, Tacoma came away with a 3-0 win. Irina Petrunak is our referee. She is Canadian. A narrow field on a turf. Should be a fast game. Both coaches talked about the factor the field conditions will play tonight. It's a very pleasant night for soccer. 65 degrees in Tacoma. Rain expected tonight. A good chat today with Hervé DSA about last week's game. He loved the reaction from his team in the second half. He said the red card to Josh Penn certainly helped us. But he said the 5 goals in second half showed great character. And he highlighted the defensive performances that have ignited the 4-match unbeaten run. Real Monarchs in white, Tacoma in the dark uniforms. And here we go from Starfire. Third meeting of the season. Tacoma trying to clinch a playoff berth tonight. Real Monarchs trying to finish strong and have a surprise trip to the postseason with a late flourish. A positive build up this left side. Gio Miglietti applying pressure against Eric Holt, first team center back. A shootout win would be enough for Tacoma to clinch a playoff berth. There's also some scenarios with a shootout loss gets them through. And some scenarios involving Sporting Kansas City and Houston tonight. We'll get into those as we go along, but it's very simple. A win for Tacoma, and they're in the playoffs. A shootout win would do it as well. Tino Lopez, the captain. His 19th start of the season tonight. Here's Cody Baker. Signed a homegrown deal last May. There's a direct ball. There's Mohamed Shore. He turned 17 yesterday. It's his second appearance in MLS Next Pro this season. He was the MLS Next All-Star Game MVP last year. A bright prospect in Seattle. He started against Portland. He gets another start here today. Gomez up this right side. Baker's cross is blocked. Gomez back into midfield for Kitahara. Excellent ball over the top, touch backward, and a clearance there from Shore. Shore has been busy on this turf. It's a narrow field. The action can come quickly. Orozco, first team player, his 5th start this season for Real Monarchs, sits in midfields. Next to Griffin Dillon. Asiel Orozco and Griffin Dillon, the holding midfielders for Real Monarchs tonight. Zachary Farnsworth, another first team player, his 22nd appearance tonight for the Monarchs. A free kick is given. They will go quickly. And Kitahara across the back. Both teams in good form, both teams coming off wins. Kalani Kosariensi from the Washington Husky. There's a long-range strike into the hands of Mohamed Shore. Here's the break from midfield. This happened quickly for Real Monarchs. Not a bad idea from Darren Iskandarian, 2 goals in 17 appearances this season. Shore has played with the US U16s. Here comes Cody Baker for Tacoma. Baker infield, good entry ball, and the shot is just into the hands. It's a informed player, Chris Aquino, 3 goals his last 3 games. He scored twice 2 games ago against LAFC in a 2-1 win. Aquino is age 18. He has 6 goals in his last 6 games. Tacoma has no problem scoring goals. It's been the defensive side that's been more inconsistent, and Hervé Diesse highlighted that as the reason for the 4-game unbeaten run. He said the high press has been working, the mid block has been working, our box defending has been much better. He said we've always been able to score goals. The defensive improvement the last 4 games has been impressive. Into midfield. A touch there from Owen Anderson. Hervé Diesse downplayed the difference playing at home on the turf on a narrow field and how it might change their tactics. He said we're the same home and away. It's a throw-in on this near sideline. It had bent out. Throw-in for Tacoma. Real Monarchs said we will play differently. We have to play differently. He implied that Tacoma Defiance does play differently at home. But he said we're not going to be able to build out of the back as much as we like and as we expect. The game model for Real Monarchs, Mark Lowry thinks they're one of the best teams in possession in all of MLS Next Pro. You can't do that as much on this narrow field, so they'll have to be more direct at times in the build-up phase. That's clipped through. Well-timed ball. Iskandarian is in. Darren Iskandarian forces a good save there. Big rebound from Mohamed Shore, who's passed both his first 2 tests tonight. Darren Iskandarian. Good to hit the target in that moment. Away from home, trying to get off to a good start. Here's a free kick for Real Monarchs. Iskandarian wants this one, as does Eric Holtz. Dylan standing it nearby as well. He will leave it. See Shore organizing his four-man wall. Here it is from Iskandarian. It clips off the wall. Corner kick coming. Good work from Stuart Hawkins in the wall to deflect that one. Iskandarian will take this corner kick. He had a few assists last year. He has 3 this season. Tonight's his 13th start. A short option. Hasiel Orozco. It's out to Orozco. Back for Iskandarian. He drives it towards the spot. Good energy away from home here in the first 8 minutes from Real Monarchs. Back to Shore. Another free kick given. Tacoma wants to go quickly. Now they'll slow it down. Griffin Dillon call for the foul. He's been a regular, 20 appearances, 17 starts. Good diagonal ball. Gomez cannot quite get there. A goal kick coming. Delgado will take the second touch. It's under his foot. It came from Holtz. Delgado back for Holtz. 4 pressuring, but there by Tacoma. 12th start of the season for Fernando Delgado. He's been excellent. 2 clean sheets, 16 goals against. Part of the 06 group. He turned 18 a couple weeks ago. Came up in the Barca Academy in Arizona. And joined the RSL Academy 4 years ago. That's an excellent through ball. Good first touch and good defending. Zachary Farnsworth recovers against Gio Miglietti. Miglietti had a good settling touch, but he could not get a strike away. As we take another look, he timed his run well between the center backs. Farnsworth, a first-team player for Real Salt Lake. He starts for the 22nd time tonight for Real Monarchs. Corner kick here for Tacoma here in the 10th minute. That's towards the back post, headed away. Back all the way to Cody Baker. Baker joined the Sounders Discovery Program 2015. Signed a first-team deal last May. Tacoma building through the back. Sota Kitahara, another homegrown player. Back all the way to Shore. Holtz. Back for Delgado. You see the pressure from Tacoma. Hard to build against that pressure on this narrow field. Kitahara from Edmonds, Washington. Well experienced with Tacoma. Made his debut with Tacoma Defiance in 2019. Signed a first-team deal October of 22. Methodical here from Real Monarchs up this right sideline. Kitahara out to defend. Throw-in coming for Tacoma. Kitahara does well. Makes the run into the corner. Delgado off his line. bring it back into the area. Fernando Delgado, 6'1" goalkeeper, Mexican ancestry, Mexican-American. That clearance is blocked. He's played for both the Mexican and U.S. youth national teams. Played for Mexico at the U17 World Cup last year. Real chess match here. Griffin Dillon. Forward ball. Is Kandera in a good touch? There's a long one here from Perusa. Perusa from distance. Was it touched? It was not touched. It was a full stretch there from Shore, who was taking no chance. No deflection. Goal kick coming as we see this hit from Jordan Perusa, who's making his 4th straight start. Signed from Toronto FC mid-season. Still looking for his first goal with Real Monarchs. Perusa does well to win it back. Takes it from Kitahara. Tacoma's won it back now. Free kick is given. Quick restart here from Tacoma. Good delivery, but it's well defended. Second ball, top of the box. Aquino trying to turn. Now a goal kick. Pressure applied by Sebastian Gomez. He scored twice in the second half to beat Portland last weekend, 5-2. Chris Holt or Eric Holt, I should say, restarting most of these goal kicks. Tacoma pressing with 4. Back for Delgado. Now direct from Holmes. So it's a mixture of both there from Real Monarchs. Mark Lowry talked about it in great detail with me, how to break the press from Tacoma when you're playing at Starfire on this narrow field. And that's a bit of it. You're going to play short, you're going to invite the pressure in, and then you go direct after you've taken a few touches in your own box. Excellent first touch. It's Aquino. Back to his left. He loves to work on that left foot. There he is back on his left. Slippery inside with Kitahara. Coessa Rienzi. Slightly too heavy. From Yu Sukuname. Goal kick here from Holt. Now you see the chess match. 4 in the press for Tacoma. And this time Holt goes beyond that. And directly out to Derek Silva. Farnsworth back with Delgado. He's excellent with the ball at his feet. A 2-1 performance last time out for Real Monarchs, beating the town by that score line. Mark Lowry said complete performance, both sides of the ball. Excellent in transition, both attacking and defending. Mark Lowry said the town is double aggressive in their press. That's an excellent ball out of the back. A little push. Referee had a good view, and it's picked up here by Shore. It looked to me like a little nudge in the back. And what a ball from the goalkeeper, Fernando Delgado. That came from the goalkeeper. Direct over the top, perfect delivery. Orozco will slow things down with Zachary Farnsworth. Here's Eric Holt. Derek Silva, good passing here from Real Monarchs. Kept in play there by Anderson, the 17-year-olds. Let's look at this ball from Delgado. Settling touch, there's a bit of a push that at the time. Kalani Kosariense, hard to tell where that contact was. If he's fallen to the ground himself, could have been a penalty, but not given. Now Tacoma will slow things down. So Takadahara. Good press from Real Monarchs, forcing the turnover throw in for the visitors, and Derek Silva. 21st start for the first team player, Derek Silva. Here comes Holt. Holt gives it away. Pack four of Storley, Holt, Farnsworth, and Silva for Real Monarchs. Battle of midfields right now. Neither team breaking through the opposition's press. Good hustle on this near sideline from Derek Silva. And there's a foul. Free kick is given. Too heavy in the challenge from Darren Iskandarian. Irina Petronach, the Canadian referee, comes over for a word there with Darren Iskandarian. Holt head central. Aquino. Gomez to the back post. Headed wide. Good delivery from Sebastian Gomez. Gets an appreciative thumbs up here from you, Sukanome. The right winger to the left winger. Gomez finding Sukanome, who has 5 goals on the season. Whistle blown sometime during that restart. Clever back heel does not come off. This portion of the match is brought to you by your locally owned and operated McDonald's. Download the McDonald's app today, and when the Sounders win, you will win a free McChicken the following day with $2 minimum purchase only in the app. Antino Lopez goes all the way back to the goalkeeper, Mohamed Shore. Aquino. One in a good spot by Real Monarchs. They will break. Good cross, headed away. Antino Lopez did his job, staying inside his man. First yellow card coming. Silva was dragged down in midfield. We look at this once again. It's Silva, the left back, pushing forward. Cynical challenge there in that moment. Cody Baker in the book for Tacoma.
The referee issued a yellow card to Defiance player number 33, Cody Baker.
Hawkins lets it run. It's a goal kick here for Mohammed Shore. Celebrated his 17th birthday yesterday. Gets help from Hawkins to tie his shoe. A second consecutive start for Mohammed Shore. Was the MLS Next All-Star Game MVP last year. Baker. This is nice. They've unlocked Real Monarchs. Sebastian Gomez central. The Monarchs win it back. Baker won it, then lost it again. Jordan Peruzza for Real Monarchs. He's back onto his left foot. Wide left as Kandarian cannot keep it down. Quick break from Real Monarchs. Peruzza thought it was tipped. As we take another look, Peruzza, fourth straight start for the former Toronto man. Off to the left for his Kandarian. He thought that shot clipped the leg of Antino Lopez. The press is triggered here for Real Monarchs. They finally step out. Now apply pressure on Mohammed Shore. And forward by Baker. Holt comes over. And in midfield with Griffin Dillon. A shaky back pass. Nervous moment there for Fernando Delgado as the back pass came from Farnsworth. Delgado was to the right of his goal. Farnsworth played it directly towards goal. Holt wide for Keller Storley. Early from Portland in his second season with Real Monarchs. Here's a chance for Tacoma. 3 versus 4. Wide right, Sebastian Gomez feigns a shot. Couldn't get a shot away, but he keeps possession. First ball clipped through with some slice on it away from the goalkeeper. Excellent play from Fernando Delgado. Snyder Brunel played that with some serious spin on it. It spun away from Delgado. Now he picks it up. He goes for a goal, and it's over the bar. Good spell there from Snyder Brunel. He had the initial ball. And he picks up this loose ball and quickly goes for a goal. This portion of the match is brought to you by Providence Swedish, official healthcare partner of Seattle Sounders FC. Free kick given in midfield. Griffin Dillon limping away. He played at Maryland before Maryland was on trial with Real Monarchs. 2 years in Maryland. He's now played 44 matches across 2 seasons for Real Monarchs. He sits there in midfield next to Hasiel Orozco. Dillon receiving treatment for the moment. In some pain. Monarchs down a man for a minute. Cody Baker heads it back to the 17-year-old Mohammed Shore. Cody Baker. Baker again. Towards the spot, a chest attempt that time. Off the mark, it was Gio Miglietti who was sort of behind him. The offside flag was up too low for his head, so he tried to steer it in with his chest. Good delivery here from Baker. Off the chest of Miglietti, who has 2 goals and 13 appearances this season. Good pressure there from Iskandarian. Hawkins on the ball here. Soto Kitahara. Too heavy on that ball. On this narrow field at Starfire. Intended for Cody Baker. Now 2 other games in action tonight. Chicago beat New York Red Bulls 2-1. Backed all the way for Fernando Delgado. Early lead for Chicago. And they held on for the win. Javier Casas stood up for the winning goal. Rafael Diaz had a goal back for New York Red Bulls. A big one in the West, Austin and Houston. And Austin leading 3-0. 67th minute. Iskandarian applying pressure. Each team with 5 shots so far. Each side with 2 shots on goal. Each team with a corner. Pretty even first half. 3rd meeting of the season. They know each other well. Each team has won at home in the prior meetings. A 2-1 home win for Real Monarchs most recently. Before that, a 3-0 home win for Tacoma Defiance. Here is a change. We saw Dylan go off earlier. So Dylan's night is over after a half hour. Nicholas Ovale comes on. Ovale's from Chile. It's his Real Monarchs debut. Joined midway through this season. Age 24. Kitahara. Cross is blocked and cleared. Now Nicholas Ovale came up in the Real Salt Lake Academy. He's well traveled, joined Toronto FC 2. And Salt City Soccer Club, USL League 2 a year later before he went to Spain. But back in his home state and helping out his home team tonight on the road in Tacoma. Good ball. Beats a line of defense. Kitahara wide. Heavy first touch. But recover. Now Kitahara is on the ball. Sebastian Gomez was fouled. Chris Aquino. And Cody Baker standing over it. Baker has 1 assist in 5 appearances with Tacoma. Aquino 10 goals, 2 assists. Aquino short. Baker back for Aquino to his left foot. He'll clip it in now. Kept in play initially and then throw-in conceded by Jordan Perusa. Corner kick, second of the night for Tacoma Defiance. Aquino wants to take it quickly. He has a short option there in Sebastian Gomez. Aquino, headed just wide. Close there from Stuart Hawkins. Another look at this header. Hawkins has 1 goal this year in 16 appearances. Tacoma wins it back off the restart. Soto Kitahara. This portion of the match is brought to you by Puyallup Tribe of Indians, a tribe known for being generous and welcoming to all people. Corner kick to the back post, into a crowd. Delgado came flying, could not quite get there. Long throw in is headed away by Eric Holt. Another corner kick coming. Good spell here from the home side, Tacoma Defiance. That was last touched by Xavier Gozo. Sebastian Gomez from the corner for Tacoma. To the back post. Kitahara clips it in. Clever ball, touch central and cleared. Three there defensively. Good team defending there for Tacoma to win it back, but it's lost again. But a free kick is given. Called upon Hasiel Orozco. The yellow card, after the free kick was given, a yellow card was shown. Looked to be on Owen Anderson, who did not commit the foul. We'll confirm that. And it was on Anderson. 17-year-old in the book. Chris Aquino goes short. So Kitahara overhit that one. Disappointing from Kitahara with that final ball. Eric Holt sizing up this restart. More pragmatic now from Real Monarchs with 5 minutes to go before halftime. Less risk taken in this scoreless game. Perusa does pretty well there. Slips it through. Is Kandarian to the back post. Good handle that time from Mohamed Shore. No bobble under heavy pressure as we take another look. Most of this was set up by Jordan Perusa. Slip pass there for his Kandarian. Holt comes out to defend. Gets there before Sukanome. And the pressure affecting Derek Silva. Throw into Tacoma, 42nd minute. Stuart Hawkins patiently building with Antino Lopez. Mohammed Shore. Keller Storley all the way back for Fernando Delgado. Silva. That is clearance blocked. A throw in for Tacoma. Last touch, Derek Silva. Quickly into Baker. Good effort on the defensive side from Aquino. That's the next step in his game. According to Hervé Diassé, how he can become a first-team player is the defensive work rate. He is working on it. Hervé Diassé said it's coming along. One of the most important next steps for Aquino is on the defensive side of the ball. We've seen what he can do with his left foot. 10 goals and only 11 starts, 6 goals in his last 6 games for the 18-year-olds. Each team with 5 shots in this first half. Each team with 2 on target. Mark Lowry expected Tacoma to press in a 4-2-4 at home tonight. Coach Lowry wanted his team to be ready for the elements they would play in. Likely rain. It has rained tonight in Tacoma. Turf field, very narrow. Mark Lowry said we have to be smart with how we play, not give Tacoma confidence in their press. Here come the Monarchs. Cross towards the near post, swept aside there by Stuart Hawkins. Left here for Keller Storley. Storley's cross is blocked. A minimum of 2 minutes will be added on here at the end of this first half. Well, early this season, Mark Lowry may have stuck with the principles of how they want to build, how they want to play. One of the better possession teams in the entire league in his opinion. But now it's the business end of the season. Results are very important. Need to be a bit more practical and pragmatic, playing away from home. Monarchs have done a good job of that tonight. The flag stays down. Tacoma pushes 6 in the attack. The cross comes in and Eric Holtz heads away. Loose ball picked up by Darren Iskandarian. One minute has elapsed in the first half stoppage time. Mark Lowry talked about his previous coaching stop playing on a baseball field, similar dimensions to Starfire. He said we played in a diamond formation on that field. We were very successful. Lowry, age 38, joined Real Monarchs from Indy 11. Before that, El Paso Locomotive and Jacksonville Armada. Cody Baker gets it back, top of the box from Baker. Too heavy on the pass intended for Sebastian Gomez. Halftime from Tacoma. Third meeting of the season in a cagey affair between Tacoma Defiance and Real Monarchs. 5 shots for each side. And scoreless after 45 minutes. Griffin Dillon had to leave with an apparent injury. Our score at the half, Tacoma and Real Monarchs tied 0-0. Now it's time for Michelle Montaigne to recap a busy match week 26 in this week's report.
On to his left and cuts the lead in half.
Here's Pino through the middle. Other runners at the back post. What a goal!
For the first time ever, the report goes international. We join you today from beautiful Vancouver, British Columbia, in the Pacific Northwest. I'm Michelle Montaigne, guys. It's that time of the year where the games mean so much more. There are playoff implications in almost every match. The stars of the season are trying to cement their place in the postseason. So safe to say, there's a lot to be excited about. Today, we're getting you caught up on all things happening around MLS NEXT Pro, starting with the teams that get a chance to pick their opponents for the 2024 playoffs. North Texas SC became the first team to clinch a playoff berth. They currently sit at the top of the Western Conference standings. The team will be returning to the postseason following a one-year absence and will look to hold on to first place in the overall standings in hopes of hosting throughout the playoffs. But right behind them is one of the best teams in MLS NEXT Pro this season, St. Louis City 2. They are just 2 points behind North Texas, but City 2 actually holds the tiebreaker. And it is easy to imagine a packed City Park rocking in St. Louis throughout the playoffs. Now, that being said, there are 4 games remaining for every single Western Conference club. As we look at the standings from third place on down, you can see that 3 teams are dead even in points, and only 4 points separate the 12th place Monarchs from the 8th and final playoff spot holders, Houston Dynamo Dos. One of the teams in that playoff hunt, the team that trains on this exact pitch, Whitecaps FC2. Vancouver is looking to clinch their first playoff appearance ever, and a big catalyst to their success so far this season has been head coach Ricardo Clark. The MLS great joined the club just at the beginning of last season, but they missed the playoffs last year. He shared with us the biggest lessons he learned from that first season in Vancouver and how it's helped him turn things around this year.
So many different unpredictable factors with the second team. So with all that, you try to, get as organized as you can going into the season, but also just be ready to adapt week to week, but even day to day, right? And integration is something we've sort of tried to evolve within the club and in the second team environment. And with that becomes a lot of unpredictability, right? I say within that, just growing in that role and growing in the development space and managing all that to make sure we're getting the most out of the players, I'd say is an area of growth for me through this year after learning from last year.
Now let's take a look at WFC2's remaining schedule. All their games will pit them against teams contending to make the playoffs. Their next 2 games will be at home versus the Town FC and Tacoma Defiance before they close out the regular season on the road against first the defending champs, Austin FC2, followed up with a game against Dynamo Dos.
A reverse ball, Rochester scores on the volley! Habrun off a slip, it's Taha, Habrun, he scores!
As this one's played centrally for Wabbery!
Back across, it's Calhera, my goodness! Sasak to the area, volley scores!
But while we continue our journey through beautiful Vancouver, Whitecaps FC2 continues their push for a playoff spot in the West. Meanwhile, the Eastern Conference playoff picture has a completely gridlocked table right now. With just 4 matches remaining for most of these clubs, not a single one has guaranteed their spot in the postseason. This time last year, 3 clubs already had secured playoff berths. But right now, just 7 points separate spots 1 through 8 in the Eastern Conference table. Meanwhile, for a team on the outside looking in, one made a significant push in keeping their own playoff hopes alive. That team is independent club Chattanooga FC. Despite not having their leading scorer, Mehdi Wamri, available due to suspension, the boys in blue snapped Crew 2's 12-game unbeaten streak with a beautiful chipped goal by Jesus Ibarra. CFC is tied with Chicago Fire 2 with 38 points. Chicago currently has the final playoff spot, and head coach Rod Underwood knows it will take everything in order for them to get it.
At this point, we're just trying to pick up points, right? Trying to pick up points, trying to figure out, making sure that we get the points, keep ourselves in the conversation for the playoffs, and that's what we're really working on to do.
As we mentioned, Chattanooga FC snapped Crew 2's 12-game unbeaten streak, which is tied for the longest in MLS NEXT Pro history. Last year, Colorado Rapids 2 also had a 12-game unbeaten streak in the early part of the season, while Revs 2 accomplished the same feat in the latter part. 4 teams are currently tied for the second longest unbeaten streak with 10 apiece.
Action.
Well, if you don't know, now you know. MLS NEXT Pro is launching a newsletter. You don't want to miss it, so make sure you sign up for it at mlsnextpro.com/, you guessed it, newsletter. It'll keep you updated on all the latest news, such as our August monthly award winners. One team had an amazing month of August. Due to their collective team effort, Carolina Core FC swept nearly all of August's monthly honors. Starting with Team of the Month, since it is a team game after all. Despite a slower start to the season, Core closed out August with 3 straight wins, positioning themselves for a chance at a playoff spot. The contributions of captain Jacob Evans and goal-scoring additions from David Polanco and Joshua Rodriguez have turned the tide in High Point.
It's special for us to have won Team of the Month. The team's been working really hard. We think back to where we started and to where we are now. We've come a long way. We knew it would take time, but I think it's great for the morale of the team, for the morale of the coaches. It means that we're moving in the right direction. We're just going to try to keep pushing forward here and hopefully make a run for the playoffs.
But this turnaround wouldn't be possible without the player of the month, Core's Facundo Canete. The versatility of the midfielder, who's played as a center and defensive mid this season, in addition to lining up on the wing, has allowed Core to keep other teams guessing. With his recent run of form, Canete became just the 2nd player in MLS NEXT Pro history to score a brace in 3 straight matches. Of course, some credit also does have to go to the guy in charge, Roy Lassiter, as he brings home Coach of the Month. After amassing only 2 wins through June 22nd, the fact that the former legendary MLS striker has his team in position to contend in the postseason is nothing short of remarkable.
Yeah, I'm honored, but first and foremost, it's my staff that deserves that. It's a complete staff. I wouldn't claim to accept this award without my staff. I got Amalo Guevara, I got Donovan Ricketts, JC Martinez, Andy Williams, even Eddie Pope. I would claim to receive this by myself. These guys work really, really hard. We work together on every single thing that we do. And so they are equally deserving of this award as well.
Core rounds out their recognition with a co-goalkeeper of the month honor being given to Alex Sutton. He shares the Keeper of the Month award with Crew 2's Stas Lapkus. Sutton posted a clean sheet while only allowing 1 goal apiece in the final 2 games of August. Lapkus, meanwhile, made 16 total saves across 3 matches in the month. And last but certainly not least, Owen Anderson was named MLS NEXT Pro Rising Star of the Month. Anderson added 3 goals in August, including a brace that included 2 goals in 2 minutes in a 2-1 win over Colorado Rapids 2.
But it comes out for a long-range chance. Glides past one. Adam shoots. He torches the threads.
Santos to his left. Chirilla! And Chirilla might have the game winner in the 90th minute. Joyner strides up, and Joyner scores. He went left again.
Eddie Davis cuts back, and his shot hits the back of the net.
I think we can officially call this the year of the rising star. And I know it's early in our rising stars' careers, but maybe one day they'll end up in their own respective Hall of Fames. Names like Eddie Davis and Mekhi Joyner, who are both in the top 5 of the Golden Boot race. Other names like Chase Adams and Stephen Chirilla, who have propelled their respective teams from Ohio to the top of the Eastern Conference standings. And of course, a name we all recognize, Kevin Sullivan, the 14-year-old who's already been named MLS Next All-Star Game MVP. When we look back on this class years down the road, this very well could go down as the best MLS Next Rising Star class in the history of the young league. Now, we just mentioned Joyner and Davis as part of the Golden Boot race, but as it stands now, David Parebo remains at the top with 17 goals on the season. Taylor Kaleda and Mehdi Owamri are sandwiched in between Joyner and Davis for the 4th and 5th spots, respectively. From here on out, every match means more. Remember, you can catch them all on MLS Season Pass on Apple TV or on MLSNextPro.com. I'm Michelle Montaigne saying so long from Canada. We'll see you again stateside soon.
Here is the Match Week 27 schedule. 2 more tomorrow. Portland hosting LAFC. And Carolina Core welcomes Crown Legacy. A full slate on tap on Sunday. Huntsville City visits Atlanta. TFC hosting New York City FC. New England Revolution will visit Orlando. FC Cincinnati welcomes Columbus Crew. Philadelphia on the road in Miami. St. Louis City hosting Minnesota United. Sporting KC will be in Colorado. And Vancouver will host the Town. One game on Tuesday. Portland against Ventura County. We'll come back for the second half from Tacoma after 45 minutes. Tacoma Defiance and Real Monarchs are scoreless.
Toda mi gente lo siente, 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 toda mi gente caliente, toda mi gente lo siente.
Action.
Starfire Sports Complex, Tukwila, Washington. As we look at highlights from the first 45 minutes, 3rd meeting of the season. Each team has won at home in its first 2 meetings. Early on, Real Monarchs threatening with Darren Ariskandarian, looking for his 3rd goal of the season. Then it was Tacoma back the other way. This left-footed hit from one of the most in-form attackers in the league, Chris Aquino, with 6 goals in his last 6 games. Iskandarian threatened again up that left side, but he was denied by the 17-year-old Mohamed Shore. Shore watched that one miss wide, and this was a well-timed ball, a penalty shout for that challenge, but the referee had a pretty good view. Complaints from Real Monarchs go begging. This was clipped to the back post. Good ball there from Sebastian Gomez for Yu Sukanome. And the Monarchs back the other way, and Iskandarian could not hit the target from that angle. Corner kick to Tacoma, headed wide by Stuart Hawkins. And Real Monarchs continue to push. It's that combination once again. Jordan Peruza feeding Darren Iskandarian. We look at the stats from this first half. They look like this about 30 minutes in. The last 15 minutes was not that offensive. Each team ended with 5 shots in the first half, each team with 2 on target. A flurry of corner kicks late in the half for Tacoma. They ended with 4-1 for Real Monarchs. And what will we have in store? There was one change in that first half. The Chilean Nicholas Ovale, who grew up in Utah, came on as a replacement for Griffin Dilson, who appeared to leave with an injury. That was the only change in the first half for either side. No changes at halftime. Here we go in the second half. Real Monarchs in whites, Tacoma in the dark uniforms. Tacoma can clinch a playoff berth with a win or a shootout win tonight. Real Monarchs still alive. They would need to close out with a very strong finish of the season, but they have hope. Enter play tonight on 29 points. Chasing Houston and Austin. Austin beat Houston 3-0 tonight. Houston had a red card. So Austin takes over 8th place in the West on 34 points. Houston on 33. Portland has 32. They play tomorrow. Kansas City 1 point further off the pace on 31. And Real Monarchs entered play tonight on 29. If Monarchs could win tonight in regulation, they could bowl even with Portland in 10th place at 2 points back of Austin. That cross comes in and it's headed wide. Good pressure from Real Monarchs. Keeping possession here. Zachary Farnsworth, first team player, making his 22nd appearance with Real Monarchs tonight. Keller Storley. Holt for Storley. Excellent here from Real Monarchs. They've unlocked this defense from Tacoma. Darren Iskandarian top of the box, and the final ball was not there. Excellent read, sliding over at just the right time. Kalani Posariense, the left back, came central. That's really good awareness from a first-year pro. Understanding where the threat is. Headed backward, it's a corner kick now. And Tito Lopez took some contact as he headed that away. Lopez is from Las Vegas. He played at Duke before he was drafted by Seattle Sounders. Darren Iskandarian will deliver this corner kick. Into the middle, Mohamed Shore punches away. Late arriving is the 17-year-old Owen Anderson. His shot is blocked. Now a free kick is given to Tacoma. And a yellow card is shown here. Nicholas Ovale in his Real Monarchs debut tonight, shown a yellow card for breaking up this counterattack. Not much argument from Nicholas Ovale. O'Valley and Anderson both on a yellow for Real Monarchs. Cody Baker, the right back, is on a yellow card for Tacoma. Tacoma has scored 55 goals this season, the most in the league. Offside flag comes up. They've conceded 44. Different story for Real Monarchs, 33 goals scored, 39 goals against. They've conceded fewer than Tacoma, but they have scored 22 less than Tacoma Defiance. Next most goals in MLS NEXT Pro, both New York City FC on 52, and there's a yellow card. So the cards are coming fast and furious here early in the second half. Jordan Perusa is booked, 3 on a yellow card now for Real Monarchs. Chris Aquino from Pasco, Washington, in the Tri-Cities area of Eastern Washington. He joined the Sounders Academy at age 12. He's now 18 and a big part of Tacoma Defiance. Here's his delivery. It's flicked on, but right into the hands of Fernando Delgado. Good chance there from Sebastian Gomez with that free header. Gomez scored twice in the second half to beat Portland last week. He tried to get on the score sheet there early in this second half. A free kick is given. That was the Japanese midfielder, Yusukanome, tracking back. Game getting pretty physical here early in the second half. Darren Iskandarian, he's been active tonight, taking most of the restarts for Real Monarchs. Armenian ancestry, dual citizen, Armenia and the United States. Joined Real Monarchs last season. Sukanome in the book for that challenge. Sukanome was the Golden Boot winner in the NPSL last year, 16 goals, 10 assists with Dakota Fusion. High bending ball to the back post. Header flicked away, throw in coming. Sukanome, 5 goals in 23 appearances in his first season with Tacoma. You really do have scoring threats all across the attacking positions. Aquino, 10 on the season, 6 in his last 6 games. Sebastian Gomez, 4 goals. Yusukanome has 5 goals. Gio Miglietti, 2 goals this season in limited time. He had 7 goals, 4 assists last year for Tacoma. Thrown in Owen Anderson, the 17-year-old from San Rafael, California. Gozo back for Anderson. Good goalkeeping. Shore came out with the slide to block. Good anticipation there from Mohamed Shore. That was lightning quick from Anderson, who was in midfield. He made the pass, and then he burst into the box with that run. Fernando Delgado. Good pressure from Tacoma. Griffin Dillon, one of the unsung heroes this season, according to head coach Mark Lowry, left with an apparent injury around the half-hour mark. Lowry also spotlighted Derek Silva, homegrown player, down from the first team, starting for the 21st time tonight. Mark Lowry said he has a deep desire to get better. This is a nice build-up here from Tacoma. Unselfish around the top of the box. Driven ball, excellent there, punched away by Fernando Delgado. Wonderful delivery from Cody Baker. That's how you serve a ball from the right side. Switch to the left side, headed central. Kept on with a nifty header there. Still not cleared and finally away. Very clever header that time by Gio Miglietti to set up a teammate, and now it's Real Monarchs the other way. Xavier Gozo, first team player, into the box. It's Gozo earning a corner kick. End-to-end stuff here. Good closeout that time from Antino Lopez. This portion of the match is brought to you by Regents Blue Shields. Together we help. Holt across the back with Farnsworth. Derek Silva. Good run from Silva. Iskandarian shifty, he's earned a free kick. Nifty play there from Darren Iskandarian. As he worked against Sebastian Gomez, the 16-year-olds. A lot of the players on this team in the 2007-2008 class, they will form the majority of next year's team for Real Monarchs, according to head coach Mark Lowry. They trying to get minutes throughout this season and towards the end of the season while gaining results. Still alive for the playoffs are Real Monarchs, and Tacoma can clinch a berth with a win or a shootout win tonight. Iskandarian leaves it. It's driven towards the spot. First time hit is past the near post. It would have been his first for Real Monarchs. Jordan Peruza arriving late. This well-designed play. He signed midsummer. It's his fourth straight start, his fifth appearance. 23-year-old Peruza came close there. I really like that set piece play design. Here comes Tacoma back the other way. Too heavy on the final ball. Into the hands of Fernando Delgado. Mohamed Shore runs it down. He turned 17 yesterday, academy goalkeeper. MLS Next All-Star Game MVP last year for the Sounders Academy player. Free kick is given here. Cody Baker was dumped in front of the bench. A lot more to do in this second half for our Canadian referee in charge of this one, Irina Petronok. Sorting out things like those. The Western Conference rivalry. Familiarity certainly breeds contempt. Third meeting this season between these two teams. Each team has won at home. Well, Tacoma continued that trend. They beat Real Monarchs here 3-0 earlier this season. The last meeting was won by Real Monarchs in Utah, a 2-1 scoreline. Good diagonal ball. Delgado was going, then he backpedals. Now he's off his line. He's committed a foul. Will the goal count, or will the free kick be given? It is a goal. No penalty. And Miglietti is celebrating. That was a moment of indecision from Fernando Delgado. He initially comes out, then he tries to backpedal, and it's too late. Advantage was played. It's an easy finish for Gio Miglietti, his third of the season, and the highest scoring team in the league. They have a goal here on the hour mark. Fernando Delgado likes to come out and be a super keeper, but he was indecisive there. He initially went, then he backpedaled, and that was his mistake. Here's a change for Tacoma. And Chris Aquino comes off for Tacoma Defiance. Radilio Rodriguez, first team player, was sensational in his return from a hamstring injury last game. He scored twice in the second half. The Portuguese forward comes back for a second straight appearance. This is a player they're really excited about at the first team level. He's had a tough year dealing with injury, and he came back with a vengeance. 30 minutes off the bench, 2 goals in the 5-2 win against Portland. Quite the change. You take off Chris Aquino, one of the most informed attackers in the league, and you bring on Rodriguez, who's on the ball here. 24-year-old forward, born in Guinea-Bissau. Fan favorite, you can hear by the cheers in Tacoma. Born in Guinea-Bissau in Africa, he grew up in Portugal and then played for Franklin Pierce, a Division II powerhouse in the United States. And Delgado clears that one. Julio Rodriguez signed in January with the first team. Rodriguez signed with Tacoma Defiance before last year. And he set the single season club record with 17 goals. Play on. Gozo will eclipse it to the back post. It's headed away. Rodriguez, 15 regular season goals. Scored 2 more in the playoffs. Quarterfinal win against Houston Dynamo. 17 in all competitions. Real Monarchs looking for the response. It's towards the spot. Touched by Perusa, but cleared. Perusa comes over. He is going to come off. Changes here. It's Perusa departing alongside Keller Storley. Omar Marquez has come on, replacing Jordan Perusa. Jalmar Joffrey is the other newcomer. And there's a cross to the back post. Dangerous, but nobody there for Tacoma. Double change there for Mark Lowry. Fourth official sorting things out as that ball came right near the fourth official stand. Joffrey last year played in Belgium with Molenbeek, native of Bolivia. 3 goals in 16 appearances this season. The flag is down. It's on for Tacoma. Great recovery run. That was sensational from Zachary Farnsworth to recover this ground. Watch this closing speed from Farnsworth just to get there and block that cross. Really well done. Sukanome was looking to find a teammate inside the box, but he was run down by Farnsworth. Short corner, top of the box, Rodriguez. Here come Real Monarchs on the break. Omar Marquez on for his 15th appearance. RSL Academy product. Age 16 is Omar Marquez. It's his debut pro season. Live experience with the U.S. youth national teams. 2 appearances, 1 goal at the CONCACAF Championship previously. Marquez joined the RSL Academy from Sacramento Republic. Here comes Real Monarchs looking for that tying goal. That's really good defending. And a 1v1 moment there from Snyder Brunel in his 3rd year with Tacoma. He's only 17. Rodriguez, well-weighted ball. It's on here for Tacoma. Rodriguez settles and misses the far post. You can see the body control. Ardilio Rodriguez arriving with the well-timed run. Good first touch. Trying to find his teammate there at the far post in Gio Miglietti. Miglietti's goal on the hour mark gave Tacoma the lead. Tacoma trying to extend its unbeaten run to 5 games and clinch a playoff spot in the West. They'll do that with the win, either in regulation or in a shootout. 2 points or more gets them into the playoffs tonight. Now the Monarchs pushing forward. That shot is blocked and into the hands of Mohamed Shore. Treatment now for the player inside the box. Back all the way to Mohamed Chor. Good effort from Miglietti. And here is another change for Tacoma Defiance and Hervé Diesse. Osase Di Rosario. And Brooke Falling both come on. Cody Baker is going to come off. He was on a yellow card, and Gio Miglietti will also come off. Now the goal scorer comes off, his third of the season. 56 goals now in the campaign, more than 2 goals a game for Tacoma Defiance. I beg your pardon, Miglietti is still on the field. It was Sebastian Gomez, the 16-year-old, who came off. Burke failing on for Sebastian Gomez. A little talking to there for Mark Lowry on the Real Monarchs bench. This portion of the match is brought to you by Western Washington Toyota dealers. Toyota, let's go places. Tacoma in position to go places. The flag is down. Di Rosario just past the far post. His first 2 touches off the bench put him through and in on goal, and he had a good chance to double the lead here for Tacoma. Monarchs thought it was offside. Di Rosario had just come in, and he could not hit the target there. Chalmer Jaffe just showing a yellow card for Real Monarchs. That cross comes in and it's cleared. Fernando Glot out of the back. Di Rosario into a challenge. Osase Di Rosario just shown a yellow card for this sliding challenge. He is making a play on the ball, trying to get there, but an outstretched boot, and he's in the book. Di Rosario has been excellent this season, 6 goals in 20 appearances, 12 as a starter. And it's picked up at the back by Mohamed Shore. Tacoma has 6 players with 4 or more goals this season. Aquino, Itache, Di Rosario, Sukanome, Sebastian Gomez, and Dylan Teves. It's great production. Some teams in the league have a leading scorer with about 4 goals. Diagonal ball headed away. Kalani Kosariense, 22-year-old, grew up in Berkeley, California, played 4 years at University of Washington. Sounders took him as the 23rd overall pick in this year's draft. Double change here coming from Mark Lowry and Real Monarchs. Darren Iskandarian will come off. Nicholas O'Valley will come off as well. It's his debut. He was a first-half sub for Griffin Dillon, but he's on a yellow, and Mark Lowry does not want to take a chance. Plus, it's his debut, so he's working himself up to match fitness. Holtz wrestles down his man. Yellow card coming out. Di Rosario in the face of Holtz. Tempers have been flaring most of the night. It's been a physical match in Tacoma. Here's the yellow card for Eric Holtz. Proper wrestle and takedown there. Di Rosario did not back down after that challenge. The two that entered the field, Grayson Carter and Benjamin Redzik. And there's a hard challenge. Another free kick is given. And Stuart Hawkins in the book for that sliding challenge. Late challenge there from Hawkins. Grayson Carter, he just came on as a substitute. Now he stands over this free kick. That's bending to the back post. Top of the area, the shot is blocked. It was really well hit that time by Derek Silva. Now a corner kick coming. That's towards the back post, headed away. That's driven, deflected, and just wide. It was nearly into the bottom corner. Deflected away from Mohamed Shore. Really good strike. Through a sea of bodies there. Corner kick coming. It's towards the back post, and Shore has an easy catch. And then goes tumbling over a few teammates. Shore went over a few of his defenders. What appears to be okay. That's Sukanome, who's gingerly back to his feet. On the opposite side, it's Stuart Hawkins. This portion of the match is brought to you by Umpqua Bank. 60th minute goal, Gio Miglietti, his third of the season after he had 7 last year. That's the difference. Tacoma in position to clinch a place in the Western Conference playoffs in MLS Next Pro. And the defense continues to be the bright light for Hervé DSA, the leading goal-scoring team in the league, but this 4-game unbeaten streak has been keyed by the defense. Here comes Real Monarchs. And Joffre goes tumbling. He's earned a free kick. Another yellow card will come out. It's a second yellow and a sending off. And Tino Lopez, the captain for Tacoma, trying to sort things out here. Soto Kitahara is sent off. He was the man that made the challenge on the edge of the box. So Tacoma leading by a goal after 83 minutes at home, but they're going to be down a man.
Referee issues the yellow card. Home team Defiance. Player number 77, Kita Sudhara.
Here is the challenge from Soto Kitahara. Arm-on-arm contact. Kitahara did not like the decision. It was pretty tame. It was 2 players sprinting and his arm against the arm of Joffre. Tacoma down a man. Important free kick here for Real Monarchs. Derek Silva leaves it. The wall does its job again, denying that shot from Benjamin Redzik. Here's another yellow card. It's very physical now at Starfire. Gio Miglietti in the book. The goal scorer. Booked for that challenge. That's a clear yellow. Tacoma currently has 4 men on a yellow card, plus Soto Kitahara, who is sent off. Here it comes from the left, and that's cleared. A rare red card for Kitahara, his first in 42 career games in MLS Next Pro, and that's in the back of the net. Unfortunate bounce and spin for Tacoma, and backflip celebrations in the corner. Xavier goes up. Right place, right time, and watch this spin over Mohamed Shore. Just a touch and somehow under the crossbar, off the fingertips and in. 1-1 here in the 86th minute. So after all those yellow cards and the sending off, it's Xavier Gozo who provides the tying goal. Well, Benjamin Redzik just walked off the field. He was a substitute that just came on not too long ago. Good turn, lay off. That strike just sails wide. Xavier Gozo, an academy product, signed a year and a half ago. Xavier Gozo, 17 years of age. His third MLS Next Pro goal this season. Holt able to clear. Gozo part of the U.S. roster for the U20 Championship in Mexico for CONCACAF. That's to the near post. Holt is able to clear. Good energy from both teams. Neither team seems happy with the draw and the ensuing penalty shootout. Both teams going for that winning goal in regulation. A win of any kind tonight in shootout or regulation would clinch a playoff berth for Tacoma Defiance. Free kick is won here. Omar Joffre earns the free kick. He's been excellent off the bench. Headed away by Rodriguez. Another hard challenge behind the play. After the ball was kicked, there was a hard challenge. Assistant referee had a good view of it. And we'll see another yellow card shown here. Omar Marquez, the substitute, called for that. Basically not controlling his body as the clearance happened.
There will be a minimum of 8 minutes of added time. 8 minutes.
High lofted delivery. Kept in play.
There's a home team substitution for your Defiance. Leading the match, number 81,
Gio Miglietti, the goal scorer, is subbed off.
32,
Owen O'Malley replaces him. O'Malley from Cary, North Carolina, signed with Tacoma in March. Originally drafted by St. Louis City last year. Played for Creighton University. The Blue Jays reached the 2022 College Cup. Cross from the right is slightly overhit. A minimum of 8 minutes will be added on here at the end of the second half. We're in the third minute of those 8. Holt comes out. Hard challenge. Free kick is given. He must be careful. He's on a yellow card. That could have been judged as another yellow card and a sending off for Holt, considering the transitional moment there for Tacoma. Just to sort something out here, it's still 11 versus 11. Soto Kitahara was not sent off. I think that was his first yellow card. That's how I had it. I was a bit surprised when I saw the yellow and the red, so I believe it was his first yellow. It was a mistake initially, and he was allowed to return to the field. So Soto Kitahara is on the field. It's 11 v 11 here in second half stoppage time. Hit to the back post, knocked down and saved by Mohamed Shore. That's an excellent switching ball. Rodriguez fighting Kent, good pass too. Antino Lopez. Good work to keep that in play near the corner. It seemed like it was gone, but it was not. That was O'Malley, fresh legs off the bench to keep that alive for Tacoma. Here's a goal kick. Xavier Gozo, the 17-year-old, his tying goal. After the opening goal from Gio Miglietti. Everything is contested now from both sides. Here comes Tacoma. Rodriguez. Good push. That slices wide. Jalmer Joffre has been effective, earning multiple free kicks. That time he pushed for goal himself. Couldn't keep it on target. Joffre from Bolivia. 3 goals in 16 appearances this season. We've played 7 minutes of second half stoppage time. At least 1 more minute to go. Good build up here. Rodriguez knew he was in an offside position. He stayed out of the play. Holt comes out with a hard challenge. Corner kick here for Tacoma in the 98th minute. Zachary Farnsworth. Driven to the back post. It's headed wide. Pretty good delivery from that corner. Now Monarchs have now outshot Tacoma 15-11. Each team with 4 shots on target. Each team with 5 corner kicks. Advantage is played for Real Monarchs here in the 99th minute. That's crossed in and clear. Stuart Hawkins made no mistake with the clearance. Put past the far post, that's full time. We're headed to a penalty shootout. A tying goal from the homegrown player Xavier Gozo leveled things after the opening goal from Gio Miglietti. We'll take a break. We'll come back with a penalty shootout from Starfire.
Here we go again, taking to the streets. Here we go again, marching to our own beat. If we start to lose the rhythm in our feet, we just pick it up again, pick it up again, pick it up again. We do it in style, we can move, we really wanna move in style. We can do anything we wanna do in style.
At the end of regulation, since the teams are tied on the scoreboard, the match will extend to a shootout, with each team having 5 attempts. If the teams are tied after 5 attempts, they will go to sudden death. The shootout winner will receive an extra point in the regular season standings.
There is the point system. Regulation win is 3 points. Shootout win is 2 points. A shootout loss is 1 point. And a regulation loss, of course, no points. How do we get here? Let's look at the full-time highlights. This was a mistake from the goalkeeper, Fernando Delgado. Initially came off his line, then he backpedaled. It was no mistake for Gio Miglietti, his 3rd of the season after he had 7 last year. The University of Washington product gave his team the lead in the 60th minute. And then Tacoma just did not clear the danger. It bounced around inside the box 2 or 3 times, clipped back in, and stabbed home with some real slicing English from Xavier Gozo. Backflips for the homegrown player in his 3rd goal of the season. Real Monarchs very accustomed to penalty shootouts. Fifth penalty shootout of the season. They are 3-2. Most recently, they had a penalty shootout in their last road game at Minnesota. They lost that 4-3. Real Monarchs will take the first penalty. Penalty shootout victory would seal a playoff berth for Tacoma Defiance. Last penalty shootout came against the Town 3 games ago. They lost that 2-1. Fifth penalty shootout this season. Tacoma is 2-2 in its 4 prior shootouts. Derek Silva will take this penalty. He did not take a penalty in the shootout loss against Minnesota last time. He's working against the 17-year-old Mohammed Shore, and he sends him the wrong way. A good start for RSL, and Derek Silva, the first team defender, as he converts. Snyder Brunel, the 17-year-old, pushes forward. He did not take a penalty the last time Tacoma was in the shootouts. There's Brunel, and he has a very well-taken penalty. He's been a regular this year, his 18th start of the season. He's age 17, and he knows how to take a penalty, that's for sure. Now it's Eric Holtz, first team player. He missed his penalty against Minnesota 2 weeks ago. And this one, he smashes into the roof of the net. No nonsense there from Eric Holtz. As hard as he could right down the middle. And Tino Lopez, the captain now for Tacoma. He did not take a penalty the last shootout they had. And he sends the goalkeeper the wrong way. Good penalty from the captain, Tino Lopez. 2-2 after 2 rounds. Here's Zachary Farnsworth, first team player. He's been a regular this season. His 22nd start for Real Monarchs. He also did not take a penalty against Minnesota in the penalty shootout loss 2 weeks ago. So a lot of players getting a new opportunity from the spot in this shootout. Zachary Farnsworth against Mohammed Shore. That's a good penalty. Shore gets the right way, but can't stop that from Zachary Farnsworth. Bert Failing will take this penalty here. And he converts. He did not convert his last time out against the Town in that shootout. Tacoma missed 4 out of 5, but this one, no mistake. Three to 3 after 3 rounds. Jalmar Joffre. He made his penalty 2 weeks ago in the loss against Minnesota. Jalmar Joffre down the middle and underneath the goalkeeper, Mohamed Shore. Sukunome now for Tacoma. And he converts. The Golden Boot winner in the MPSL last season, Sukunome, smooth from the spot. And we're tied at 4 after 4 rounds. Hesitation right before the hit from the Japanese attacker. Here's the goalkeeper. The goal scorer, Xavier Gozo, first team player, homegrown player for Real Salt Lake. Tied the game in the final quarter hour. He made his penalty 2 weeks ago in Minnesota. He's done it again. Cool penalties. And a little smile after the fact there for Mohamed Shore. You 17-year-olds exchanging a laugh. Gozo converts. Real Monarchs has made its first 5 penalties. Radilio Rodriguez, back from a hamstring injury, scored twice in the second half last week. He goes to the spot here to extend this shootout. Rodriguez is saved. Fernando Delgado turns away Rodriguez. Last year's Golden Boot winner for Tacoma. And down a goal into the final quarter hour. Tacoma cannot hang on at home. Real Monarchs keeps its playoff hopes alive with a penalty shootout victory. And now Tacoma will have to wait and see what happens with some other results, including Sporting KC, Portland, tomorrow to see if they can clinch a playoff spot this weekend. Tonight's man of the match is presented by Adidas, and he opened the scoring for Tacoma Defiance, Gio Miglietti. His 3rd goal of the season. And that put his team on top. They cannot hold on to the lead, but they do get a point tonight for the shootouts loss. Fernando Delgado, an important save against Radilio Rodriguez to give Real Monarchs a very important 2 points away from home, and they are in the thick of the playoff race. That will do it from Starfire Sports Complex in Washington. This game ends 1-1. Real Monarchs win the shootout 5-4. For our entire MLS Next Pro broadcast crew, including our producer, James Barker, I'm Matt Peterson saying so long. Don't forget, you can watch MLS Next Pro all season long at MLS Season Pass on Apple TV and MLSNextPro.com. Good night from Washington.
This copyrighted broadcast of Major League Soccer may not be retransmitted, reproduced, or rebroadcast without the express written consent of Major League Soccer.